Abhijit, live in concert.
तुमने ना जाना कि
Radio 99.1 FM.
With your evening newscast, my name is Joshua Van Slykeman. Good evening. The 2016 production sharing agreement Guyana signed with oil major ExxonMobil not only allows for disputed costs flagged in an audit to be recovered by the contractor, but if the nation wishes to reclaim these expenses, it must be prepared to head to an international arbitration process and pay all associated fees for both parties. Recognizing this loophole in the existing agreement, Vice President Bharat Jagdeo said this is one of the provisions that government will seek to address in the new deep and shallow water PSAs being finalized currently. We recently reported that the lopsided oil contract allows for costs to have been flagged in an audit and deemed unacceptable to be recovered by the contractor until the dispute is resolved. 45-year-old pedestrian Selina Sukalal, a resident of Virgin Nuja on the east bank of Essequibo, on Saturday evening lost her life after she was struck down by a driver in a red pickup motor vehicle. A statement from the Guyana Police Force reported that the accident occurred around 22:55 hours on the public road. The police reported that according to Samantha Manohar, a 26-year-old of Methamir Zorg on the west coast of Demerara, who was driving a motor car west along the southern side of the public road when she observed the pedestrian Selina in a kneeling position on the southern carriageway in her path. She said that she slowed down her vehicle, and after she could have stopped it completely, the red motor pickup, which was proceeding in the same direction behind her, overtook her vehicle and collided with the pedestrian, dragging her about 50 feet away. Notably, investigators observed several CCTV cameras in the area, and the footage will be reviewed as the investigation continues. The engineers' estimate for a new pump station at Letterkenny Quarantine is pegged at a whopping $798.3 million. This was noted after the Ministry of Agriculture placed an advertisement in the Sunday edition of the local newspapers inviting contractors to bid for the project. The new pump station is part of a number of projects being undertaken by the ministry to aid the mitigation of flooding in farming communities across the coast of Guyana. It was first estimated to cost about $1 billion when the government initially announced the project earlier this month. And President Mohamed Irfan Ali on Sunday commissioned the new $2.5 billion Northwest ferry called the MV Militia. The commissioning ceremony was held at the Gaisuka Sugar Terminal at the Ramville, Georgetown. During his speech, the president described the vessel as one with business-oriented seats, while adding that it is much quicker than the current ferry, the MV Barima, that travels to Port Kaieteur on the Northwest District Region 1. The MV Barima takes almost 24 hours to arrive in Port Kaituma, but according to President Ali, the MV Militia can do so in 15 hours. He also said that the new ferry will save the Transport and Harbour Department millions of dollars in operating cost. Finally, at this time, ExxonMobil Corporation will release its first quarter 2023 financial results on Friday, April 28th. This was recently announced by the oil major in a statement. It was noted that the press release will be issued via Business Wire and available at 5:30 a.m. at www.exxonmobil.com. Senior Exxon officials will review the results during a live conference call at 7:30 a.m. According to reports, the oil giant made a whopping $6.3 million in hour in 2022, resulting in its highest profit ever of a whopping $556 billion. The Guardian reported that ExxonMobil made $56 billion in profit, or $6.3 million an hour last year, after the war in Ukraine ignited a surge in global oil and gas prices. It was also stated too that the company's record profits was also the highest reported by the Western Oil Company. In December 2022, we reported that Exxon announced that Woods and other executives will be benefiting from an increase on their annual base salaries. This announcement came after it was reported in the media that the company's British employees have taken to the streets, protesting more than the pitiful 2.5% increase. And that's the news at the moment.
And that's the news at the moment. Remember to get the full details of these stories, pick up a copy of the Kaieteur News. And don't forget, you can catch